Okay, all right. Hello, hello. I look like I'm talking into a microphone now. Aren't you really? Yeah, I'm your microphone. The lamp is on the snails. I don't know if you guys can see the little snails are in that thing. All right, so here we go. All right, Lena, don't worry about anything. All right. Not many people watch my videos. It doesn't seem to me anyway. There's like 4 that are consistent, and maybe you watch them again. I don't care. I don't care. If one person gets something out of these videos and that person is me, that's good enough for me. And I know John gets something out of them. I sure do. I get a lot out of everything. So right now we're going to just talk. Bowie was just talking to me about blood pressure, and I'm going to be changing up my blood pressure situation. Now, getting off meds, which I would love to do. But, John, okay, we're just going to make it real quick for probably everyone out there, but the ladies especially. Are you becoming incontinent? I think you are. If you're a woman in your 40s or older, you're becoming incontinent from many things. Many things. Coffee, wine, and yes, blood pressure medication. Anxiety also causes incontinence. It's a horrible problem. You have to keep... John is talking for me, really, at this point, because he has watched me go through this for, like, the last 20 years, before my accident, before I fell. I was like, I'm not going to be able to hold it in soon, ever. I can feel this happening. Upshot, I don't have that anymore. I get urgency, but I can hold it in, baby, with the best of them. I'm back to almost my park days, where I could hold it in forever until I got to a tree. The proper tree. You're the most wonderful woman. I don't know how to tell you this, but you're so happy with my story about incontinence. Well, it's such a shaming thing when people become incontinent, but especially when women become incontinent. Lena, remember when Beyonce wet her pants on stage? That was unbelievable. That was shocking. I remember I was reading the Star magazine, and I come across this picture of Beyonce in these spandex pants. But that's what you get when you wear those outfits. Sorry, bae. Because there's going to be accidents whether or not you have these problems. Right. So true. Yeah. You got to be protected, honey. And I know those outfits are too tight and too small for you. Tight clothes. Right. Tight clothes. Oh, that's a killer. That'll get you real incontinent real fast. Pushes on all your organs. Oh, all those spandex spanks and everything. That's why you just got to lose the weight. There's no getting around it. There's really no getting around it. If you're going to be healthy, you got to lose the weight. Sorry. There's like no shortcuts either. You got to exercise. You got to cut out everything that you think you love, and you'll learn to love other things instead. And you got to stop focusing so much on food. It's hard to do, but when you spent your life making that what your life was about. Everyone that I grew up with, and everyone everyone in the families that I grew up in, and in the families that I married into, all the women were food obsessed. All my mother-in-laws were food obsessed, like insane, right? Both. And my biological mother, fucking sugar freak, lunatic, idiot, worried about everybody's weight, and so did my 2 mother-in-laws. Chris's mother, oh God, she's like, the whole time she's talking to you, she's looking at your body. She thinks you don't know it. She thinks you don't see that. She's looking at your arm. She's looking at your face. She's looking at your chin. She's judging you. When you turn around, she's looking at your ass. You can feel it. It's just like, and they all are like that. It's not just her. But she really has a hard time hiding it. Her eyes just dart from your arms. My arms, if I would wear, like, because I knew I always had, like, these European arms. They're beautiful. Well, but when I get heavy, one of the places that the weight goes, 2 of the places that it goes first are My arms and my face. So you end up looking like a real boombalatti fast when you gain weight in those areas. Right? It's the top of your body. You know, even if you're sitting down, if you're sitting down, maybe you can hide a big fat ass. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Well, it's true. It manifests in certain, but then it just started, then it got to the point where I just started putting weight on everywhere. My body just started just piling it on wherever it could fit an extra pound or two. And then, your fat cells grow, and then, and there's no shrinking them. So once they start growing all over your body, you're just going to be a big fat disgusting mess, and you really don't want that. And you'll be incontinent. Yeah. My other mother-in-law, the Nazi family, as John calls them, she had a compulsion. She wasn't really not so heavy. She had a tendency to be a little chunky, but she was not so heavy. And she had a compulsion to shop for food. Her perfect day was going from Woolbaum's to Key Foods to Trader Joe's to back. And she hoarded food. Like, food would just go rotten in the house. They had giant freezers everywhere. In the basement, in the attic, in the side room, there was freezers all over the house. They could have put dead bodies in this house. They had big chest freezers. And every time you talked to her, she was on her way to the fucking... And she didn't have a car. She didn't know how to drive. So somebody always had to drive her to the store. So my ex-husband was always driving his mother to the Woolbaum's. And then her daughter would be driving her to Key Food. And then her husband would be driving her to Trader Joe's. And it was just on and on every day when she wasn't working. And I don't know how did they afford that, John? That family's so deep in debt. Why do you think they charged you an arm and a leg for rent, for a shit apartment? That you were their fucking daughter-in-law, married to their only son, and they fucking charged you higher than what any stranger would charge you. To pay for her fucking food addiction and her shopping addiction. Yeah, because she also bought a million other things, too. She shopped and shopped and shopped. That's an addiction, too. Right, okay. So does that cause incontinence? Well, if you're shopping, say, at the flea market and there's no bathroom, it could be a problem. Right, the flea market. I want to go to the flea market. Could you take me to the flea market? Yeah, let's go. Because I did love the flea market. I could do without Woolbaum's and Trader Joe's, really, I could. But the flea market, forget it. The Aqueduct Flea Market, that was the greatest place. That was like paradise for me. I loved it. Look at these socks. Oh, man, I love this necklace. Bootleg Grateful Dead tapes. What, are you kidding me? Get over here, everybody. I'm your man. Like, whoa, I love the fucking flea market. Yeah. I loved watching you in the flea market, too. So pretty. Sun shining on your face. And beautiful eyes. Oh, John. Looking at everything. I would be whispering in your ear, get that, Lena. That would look so beautiful on you. Get it. Get it. Get it. You can afford it. Get it. I want to see you in that, Lena. Well, now you can. That way I will, and I do, and I love you. You getting excited about the doggy? I am, but I'm like afraid. You don't have to do a thing. Don't start looking, because it's going to find you, and I promise you that. So don't go online like you did looking for Herman, because look what you got. Hey, Herman was great. I know. I got this one, though. This doggy's on me, and I'm lining her up, and she's almost in your arms, okay? Yes. You just wait now. I won't ask when. Before Christmas, okay? Before Christmas. You want her to be nice and comfortable with you by Christmas. Johnny!